Temperature of Love, Ep 16 Part 1 Inch. Episode 16 Recap. As they're packing for their trip the following morning, Hyun-soo and Jung are surprised when Jung-sun shows up at the door unexpectedly. He claims to be here to carry their luggage, totally inviting himself along, which pleases both ladies. Junha and Jungwoo are also on their way to Hyun-soo, though Jungwoo isn't nearly as excited as Junha about his plan to surprise Hyun-soo. In fact, he seems incredibly unsure about the wisdom of this plan, and more than a little annoyed with bouncy Junha. Jung can hardly hide her enchantment with Jung-sun, who complies with all of her requests to turn the music on, then back off again as she squeezed to herself in the back seat. She admits she's playing boyfriend, girlfriend, though she teases Hyun-soo that it's really her business, and an amused Jung-sun smiles right along with her. In Seoul, Hong-ah meets up with Rita Park, who congratulates her on winning the writing contest. Rita Park says she's distraught because Hyun-soo is bad-mouthing her all over town, protesting her innocence regarding unruly detectives. Even Hong-ah looks uncomfortable at the blatant lies, but she just tells Rita Park that if Hyun-soo is bad-mouthing her, that it won't hurt her reputation much. Rita Park whines that she's having trouble getting another show, then she suggests that Hong-ah use her family connections to talk to CPU about a possible job. In the privacy of her hotel room with Hyun-soo, Jung goes nuts over Jung-sun, calling him super great and saying he's got stars in his eyes. She says she's only letting Hyun-soo have him because it's her, and then gets grumpy again when Junha calls her to meet him in the lobby. Jungwoo says that he's got some business to take care of while he's here, and Junha doesn't seem too upset to hang out with Jung on his own. As they're talking, Jung-sun walks right past them, somehow managing not to notice them as he waits for Hyun-soo. Jungwoo sees him from behind, but doesn't seem to recognize him. When Hyun-soo comes downstairs, she takes a moment to watch Jung-sun waiting for her, a tender look on her face. When he sees her, his face breaks into a giant grin, and he gives her that adorable little wave of his. Oh, he's killing me with that smile. They take a boat tour of the bay, enjoying the beautiful day. A wave tilts Hyun-soo into Jung-sun's arms briefly, and they send shy little smiles at each other. Finally Hyun-soo speaks, saying that she's hungry, and Jung-sun laughs at her for breaking the mood. Hyun-soo asks why Jung-sun decided to come here with her, and he says coolly that he was bored. She quotes his own words back at him, saying that he's attractive when he's honest, but he just lost his charm, ha. After the boat, they take a break for marinated crab, the local delicacy. Back at the hotel, Kyung and Junha eat together, and when Kyung takes her glasses off to avoid the steam from her soup, Junha says she looks prettier with them on. Kyung responds with stony silence, but when Junha asks if he offended her, she snaps that she'll take off her glasses whenever she likes. Thank you very much, sir. Junha sticks his foot right back in his mouth by telling Kyung to just speak in her native Satri instead of her strained Seoul accent. Kyung has to admit that she's trying too hard to sound like she's from the city, but that she wants to seem mysterious. He laughs at that, and she warns him that she's only being polite because he's buying lunch. Meanwhile, Hyun-soo and Jung-sun visit the rock crevices, which local legend holds will grant a wish if you pass through all 7 of them. They each make a silent wish, and Jung-sun tells Hyun-soo to be careful not to get lost, but she brushes off his concern. Hong-ah meets with CPU and gives him a copy of her script, titled High Society Ha, nice meta reference. CPU spots director Minutes and calls him over. He's still complaining about the script of unruly detectives even with the new writers, and CPU says it's not too late to get Hyun-soo back, but director Minutes refuses. He recognizes Hong-ah as Hyun-soo's former writing assistant, and asks if she can give their writing team some advice, which she understands right away as code for come aboard as the new writer. She coldly wonders why she should jump back onto a sinking ship, and director Minutes is impressed with her deft use of words. Hong-ah isn't interested, but he tempts her by saying that he'll direct her next drama if she finishes Unruly Detectives with him.